Right, we are live. Let me, let me just see something. All right, we're here. I think we're all set up and we can probably start as soon as some people show up, right? I don't know how to check that. I never did this before. Oh, there's one person. There we go. Fantastic. So, yeah, great. Okay. While we wait for more people to show up, maybe the one person that is watching us can tell us where they're from, what they do. You know, we want to learn everything about you. Right now, I'm in Greece, so my setup is a little bit messy. If you can't hear me very well, I apologize for that. But my guest has a very professional setup, as you will see in a few minutes. So, yeah, tell us everything. Where are you from? What you guys do? We would love to know. All right. Cool. So I guess I can start by just reintroducing myself to the group, I guess. Oh, hello. There's someone from Minnesota. It's snowing? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's still kind of warm here. I'm very happy about that, but I'll be going home pretty soon and it's going to be rainy and sad. So, uh, all right, so let me reintroduce myself to this group because I have not been too active as of late, and I apologize for that. Hi, everyone. My name is Gordana, and I was a director of operations at Content Distribution, where this group kind of started. Now I'm a co-founder at Workello, but more importantly, or I guess equally as important, I started out as a writer, and that's why I'm so glad to talk about what we're going to be talking about today because it definitely did not exist back in my day when I was writing a bunch of content for various clients. So just to refresh your memory, if you forgot who we are, which I'm sure some of you probably have, um, content distribution and Workello after that, we believe in content. We believe in publishing as much as we can, as fast as we can, without skimping on content quality. And we know it works. We've seen multiple times in this group that it works. And we have done it. So it's just content velocity is just something that we so strongly believe in. And I'm going to give you some metrics to prove that we know what we're talking about when we talk about content velocity. So we have no certifications, unfortunately, no awards either, but we have generated over 30 million organic visitors over the past 3.5 years, I would say. We published over 12,000 pages. We worked on probably over 200 content verticals, and we have about 250,000 keywords on page one, which is crazy. Also, we have some tools that some of you may know, and about 3,500 people use our tools. But as you will see, that's nothing compared to my guests today because they have an insane user base, and I can't wait to hear everything about it. Apart from that, why I think today's live will be very fun for me is we've hired over 100 writers since we started working on content, which it was again like 3.5, 4 years ago. And hello. And we created all this content manually, so without any help. So that's why I am incredibly happy to introduce my guests for today, our dear friend Andrew Lane from CopyAI. Hello, Andrew. Uh, hi.
Hey,
Welcome.
hey.
Yeah, as you can see, Andrew has a very professional setup. I'm very jealous. Maybe one day, who knows? But if you guys don't know Andrew, he's an affiliate manager slash marketer at CopyAI, and he just knows everything that you need to know about boosting your productivity and enhancing content quality with the help of AI. Was that a good introduction?
That's a great start. I mean, there's so much to share. I'm excited to be here, and yeah, mostly just to hopefully inspire you guys to, look at AI content in a different way and make it a key part of your workflow, because this is the future. It's not going anywhere, and it's so much more creative than I ever thought it could be. And it's way beyond just this like robotic, boring content that's just mass distributed. And there's a lot of ugly content out there, and I think that's where people are seeing the early days of AI content, that they're like, oh, that's terrible, I don't want this. But what you'll see today, hopefully, and we'll tease some things as well, are some really powerful ways that it can save you time, make your content way more creative, engaging, and interesting, and ideally create a more human connection and provide way more value in your content.
That's actually fantastic, and I'm so glad you mentioned that because that's, I guess, one of the main issues people generally have with AI generated content, and not just like we are obviously talking about AI content now, but AI generally, when it started, everything was really bad, and then it got way better. Like Grammarly, for example, is now one of the best, AI writing enhancements, I guess, or plagiarism checker tools.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Google Translate and everything else. So very excited to hear what you think. But as someone who is very often in a position, of managing writers, managing content, and kind of just taking care of that part of everything, just writing an outline, figuring out the talking points and just getting to that point to the first draft is obviously the hardest thing for a writer. So in your experience, how can AI and especially CopyAI help writers do that?
Yeah, I could show you some stuff here just to make it more visual. The
Please,
team,
yeah.
the CopyAI team, first off, I know Chris Liu, co-founder of CopyAI, is just like raves about you guys, loves working with you. I know you want to share some of the results, but yeah, getting content out there to build your brand, to start ranking on Google, and just building that credibility, and all the benefits are really starting to compile for CopyAI, and they've just been skyrocketing in growth. And now they're about to, I think this weekend, maybe it's going to be the 2 years in business for CopyAI, and they're about to pass 3 million users. So insane numbers.
Yeah.
And a big part of that is
Yeah.
because of working with you guys on the content creation
Oh,
and
thank you.
blogs.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I was right when I said in the beginning that our user base is nothing compared to yours. Like, it's insane. 3 million. That's so huge.
It's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super exciting. And the team, the CopyAI team really cares about making this AI more accessible. So solving problems for writers and making your productivity faster, easier, more effective. There's so many challenges that writers face. And
Mhm.
the team, one of the tools that the team has been working on, I'll just show my screen,
Please.
is this tool here called the blog post wizard. And I just dropped in a random blog title, like 10 reasons why you should be using YouTube marketing to grow your Shopify store. I clicked generate outline, and it gave me an outline pretty fast. So this is just a quick
That's so
example
cool.
of the kind of like section topics that I could come up with. Now, if you're looking at like a blank page and you're trying to get an outline for some content, that could be really daunting. Then you start to do the research, you're looking around. If in one click to get a list of a bunch of ideas like this can be super helpful. And if you don't like it, you can just regenerate and get some different sections for your article. And I'm going to go through this really quick just to show you an example of what can happen if you're starting from scratch to get a first draft done.
That is
So
so cool.
yeah, it analyzes your content topic, and then it gives you some ideas. Then let's say you like that. Let's go ahead and move on to the talking points. And now you go from high level sections to talking points within each section. So you can
Mhm.
scan through here, and we won't spend too much time on this, but you can just get a feel for, they're spending more time online than watching TV or reading news. And sometimes, the stats right now in the early days, the stats and things like that aren't always super accurate. It's more of a predictive model. So you always want to check
Mhm.
any stats that it shows. But consider that right now like a placeholder of what types of content you should include in that section to make a compelling argument.
That is
Um,
actually fascinating. Can I interrupt you for a
yeah,
second
go
just
ahead.
to ask you something? What you said about the stats, like I remember a couple of weeks ago or a month ago, we had another live and we talked about, can AI do actual deep research, or is that something that, because the reason why I'm asking is, there's this kind of an opinion like, yeah, you can just start a niche website and just use AI to write all the content, and you don't have to do anything and make $5,000 a month, which I don't think is possible
Maybe someone
because
could.
of that research part. I mean, please come on the show. We'd love to talk to you, but
The
I've not seen any examples of that.
No,
So
I mean,
yeah.
I that's not what I advocate. I mean, I'm more like if you have an expertise and a passion, like getting that content out of your head, and it's hard to get it out of your head first off. So using AI to kind of be the
Yeah.
editor, right? So everyone can be their own editor now, and have it like work with AI to create content. Then you go through and edit that. So if you are writing for other people as well, you definitely want to go fact check, verify.
Hmm.
Be sure to look through that. Now there are AI models coming out in the near future, could be in the next couple of years, where it will actually do that research for you and cite the sources that is pulling the information
Oh, that's
from.
cool.
So it's gonna. I mean, we're almost there. It's happening very
Yeah,
quickly.
that's
So
here.
the real
I
nuance
love
here
it.
is finding, like, first off, getting ideas of what should be included. So using the predictive model, which is where AI is right now, means it is scanned through millions and millions of websites, other resources, books, Wikipedia, Reddit forums. It's scanned all
Hmm.
that, and it analyze that data. So when it's writing and coming up with these talking points, every word that it writes is a predictive model based on what it knows about that topic, what your goals are with this
Hmm.
content, who you're talking to. It can like analyze different layers of content, and that's really
Hmm.
the magic here. Is not just thinking like broad, high level topics, but what you can use AI to get more granular and more
Hmm.
detailed and nuanced with your content. So you can speak, take a general concept and then apply it in a different way to a different target audience and speak more directly to them. So,
That's fascinating, actually. And just one more, if you don't mind, if we can go back to
mhm,
the screen that you shared. Can you scroll up just a tiny bit? So I'm seeing the keywords field right there.
mhm.
So I don't know how familiar you are with the kind of how we do it, but I'm sure you've heard of keyword clustering, like everyone has at this point. So for example, you would have the main keyword, you would have your variations that you need to use to just make that article rank well. Is there a way to insert those keywords and just work with them while you're also generating these ideas and talking points?
Yeah, that's the idea. Right now, I'll be honest, it's not the best at incorporating those keywords and optimizing your content yet.
Hmm.
It will kind of play with them when you add those in. What it kind of does right now is it brings those different concepts into your outline and your content.
Hmm.
At this stage, it's not quite to the point where
Hmm.
we'll do the optimization for you and like sprinkle them
Got
in
it.
with a certain percentage and do those kind of things. But the team is working
Yeah.
on integrations and enhancing that pretty
Hmm.
soon.
I actually love that because, it just shows that you just can't rely on tools only. You need to be smart when you use them and kind of know what you're doing in order to be successful with
Yeah.
them. Amazing. Thank you so much. And I guess, what would you, if someone wants to try, for example, me, because I definitely want to try this out. What do I need to know before I even start using something like CopyAI? Not only to, write or generate a bunch of ideas and talking points and, my first drafts and stuff, but how can I delegate this to my writers? Is there, um, I don't know, something that we need to know before we just jump in and say, okay, go use this and, come back with the first draft.
Definitely. Yeah. If you show my screen again, I'll give you a few key points here to
Yes.
consider. Number
Hmm.
one here, like the main thing that people use it for is speed to first draft. So I showed you there. If you're looking for content outlines for various topics, like that could be a quick way to go in there and create that brief for your team. So, okay, here are the kind of points that I want to hit. And you could just scan
Mhm.
through these and grab, pull out different section topics. And even within these talking points, you could pull those out. You could even use this to create like your intro, outro, and even the first draft of your content. So you can get a feel for like, well, is this even in the right direction? Sometimes the
Mhm.
intro and the conclusion can help you get a better outline and clarity for what you want to be included in the content. But
Mhm.
ultimately, that's just one of the many things that it can do. So you can use this for all types of content. I think most of the audience here today wants to focus on blog content. So here are a few things to consider as you dive into this. There are a lot of different tools on CopyAI. The one I want to show you next is called the Freestyle tool. So the one we just went through was the blog post wizard, which is kind of an all-in-one, take a title of your blog or an idea and then create the outline pretty quick in the first draft. Another
Mhm.
tool like Freestyle is something you'll want to experiment with a bit, and you have to find what works best for your team and your workflow. But this one, I'm going to show you why this is so exciting. But as you dive into that, the next thing to consider is the types of input. So you have to figure out, what do I need to tell the AI to get it to write what I need? And you can be pretty
Mhm.
creative with this. It really depends on your industry and how you're writing your content, the types of content you're writing. If it's super technical, you may have some difficulties there.
Mhm.
Really nuanced, refined types of content will require a human at this stage because the AI doesn't really know the exact details of certain things. But it can help you with like general weaving ideas together, weaving the narrative together, creating that nice intro and conclusion. Some of the more creative
Mhm.
things that can be difficult, you can, refine your input to tell it, I want you to write this section of the blog, or like, give me an intro for each section. If you're going to show like 3 examples of best of comparing the best email marketing tools, you might want to have a
Mhm.
nice couple paragraphs introducing the concept and explain the background, all those common questions that people are wondering, like what is email marketing and da da da. Like those kind of things can be really annoying to write. It's like just general
Yeah.
information. So the AI can help you knock those sections out super
Yeah.
fast. And then you can spend more time on the really creative stuff, like comparing and showing like screenshots and like what you like most or whatnot.
Mhm. Sorry, I'll go back to your screen.
Yeah. And then the final layer is tone. And this is really fun to play with. We're in the early stages still of really mastering this, but this is where you can make it more conversational and or bold or persuasive. The tone can make your content more on brand. And even just doing like a tech review tone could be something to consider to give it the style of writing that you want.
Mhm. That is so amazing. I actually wanted to mention something else. Now that you mentioned tone and kind of how refined everything is becoming, I'm sure you've seen what DALL-E can do and all these other image generators that are now so amazing, actually, that they're indistinguishable from a human. Do you think that we'll ever get there with text or articles and blogs and like maybe landing pages? When you have to create 50 landing pages and with only slight variations, maybe that's a good use. I know Nick recently made, I believe, 15 or 20 landing pages with such small variations that I'm thinking like you could have used AI for this. Like now I have to proofread it. So
100%.
is that something that you could do with Copy AI and maybe the tools that you just showed?
Yeah, and that's one way. I know the team, like the future is going to be a lot more personalization as well. So
Mm-hmm.
taking, email is going to be a big one, and probably
Mm-hmm.
customized landing pages targeting different audiences. Like we mentioned, it's one thing to just write up like a general description of a product or a general overview, but then like the
Yeah.
layer below it is applying that to this avatar, like a certain
Mm-hmm.
person who would benefit from that product, and then speak directly to them. And that's kind of the leap that you can scale much faster. So taking a core concept of like I have a standing desk. It's like, standing desk for busy moms, a standing desk for CEOs, a standing desk for
Yeah.
whatever. Like you can create a whole landing
Yeah.
page and articles and concepts that speak to that person.
Yeah, that's kind of something we needed a couple weeks ago because Nick made a bunch of assessment pages, assessment for content writers, assessment for SEOs,
Yeah.
for I don't know, something else. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. One, I guess, more question that's very important to me because I'm sure at this point I've talked to everyone about content briefs and how important they are for us when our writers are creating content. Is there a way to use CopyAI, for example, to help editors, because our editors make those, to just make content briefs for the writers? Or is like, do you guys do that? Is it something that's possible to do with AI? Maybe with the, what's it called? The not the tone, the input.
We got a few
Sorry.
tools. Yeah, I think we got the
Yeah.
magic box could be an option there. Let me show you
Hmm.
something like a feature that the team is really excited about, and it's very experimental right now, but it will be incorporated more into the app. You can go to copy.ai and hover over templates, and then go
Hmm.
to see more templates. Now, what this is here, we call it the magic box. You can tell it anything you want to write. So give me an example of like a blog. Let's say like a content brief for a blog article about, you have something in mind?
Uh, about
Or maybe
hiring
like,
writers.
okay, about
Sorry.
hiring writers. And what if we have more details here? Anything nuanced about that?
B2B SaaS, maybe? Is that too complicated?
Yeah. B2B, SaaS. What other like details? Anything you want to accomplish with this?
Um, let's say I want to know where to find them, how much they, for example, cost, or what their rates are, how much content they can write. What else?
Let's try
I don't know.
that.
I
Let's
guess
just,
that's,
I don't
yeah,
want to
let's
overwhelm
try
too much of this.
that.
Again,
Yeah.
it's experimental, but like anything you need to write, let's say it's a content brief. Let's try typing that in. And what
Mhm.
it's going to do is analyze that and like create an outline. Now, I'm not sure if it'll accomplish this one, but I wanted to experiment and have some fun.
Yeah, let's do it. Definitely. We have our topics are a little bit more, it's not that easy to write about them.
Let's see what it came up with here. Look what it came up with. So it created an outline.
Oh, that's
Now,
actually good.
why
I
it's
love it.
necessary? Quality content is necessary for a successful blog or website. A piece of quality writers. Offer a solution. List
Oh, I love it.
resources. And then it gave a structure as well. So look at this, like an outline of what to include in the article.
Hmm. Oh my God, this is so cool.
Isn't this insane?
Yeah, it's actually crazy. I can't believe that this is possible. Wow.
So like
Oh
anything
my
you need to
God.
write. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's checking to make sure that's unfortunate. It thinks I'm a
Uh,
robot. I'm sorry. Let's
it's
see here. No, but
okay.
this is like so crazy to me. Like anything, so a content brief, an outline for any kind of content you want to write. Now, what we could also do
Hmm.
here is even just create some content. Now, what will it do here? It can't write all this in one fell swoop. So we're giving it a lot
Hmm.
of input. But I think the magic of that tool right now is not writing the whole article in one click after you do
Yeah.
this, but getting the outline written up like this.
Yeah, I mean that's a better start than a blank page or something. And I definitely, I'm so excited to try, honestly. Just not only for myself, because I'm going to figure it out and I'm then going to be the only one who knows how to do this. But what I'm really curious to figure out is how I can delegate this to someone, because I don't, obviously I don't have time to just write a bunch of content. But if you're okay with it, I would like to actually display some of the questions that we got, because some of them
Mhm.
are so interesting.
Let's do it.
Uh, First of all, Andrew's the best. Thank you. Definitely is. But this one, how to use it for Amazon affiliate / product reviews. I feel a lot of people do this and, just hire people that, and then they don't teach them how to actually make these reviews interesting and new. And maybe they use old templates. And then, I mean, I don't ever blame the writer because they can only work with what they were given. But is there a way to make these more exciting, I guess, and I don't know, more interesting
Yeah.
than the normal ones?
I mean, the best review, right, is going to be uh, solving a problem. So the more you can
Hmm.
explain the problem, as the beginning, right? Talking about like the pain points, the challenges, even like the overwhelm of how many options are out there. Well, we've whittled it down and found the best three, or we compared
Mhm.
and showed you the number one that we recommend, or like
Mhm.
why this one stands out from the crowd and the kind of benefits and the ways it solves your problem. So the better you can
Mhm.
explain that, and again, speaking right to that customer and their pain point, the more effective it will be. So I can show you a couple tools on a
Yeah,
couple
please.
approaches to that. Now, one thing you could try here is that magic box again, like a what was it? An Amazon, a review
Um,
of
um,
Amazon product. Let's say you could even be clear. What type of product do you
yeah.
want to review?
Oh, I don't know, hair dryer, just because it's so
Hair
funny.
hair dryer. Is that one word? I don't even know.
I think it's two. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
let's
Maybe it's
say
one.
a hair dryer. Let's just try that. Review of an Amazon
Yeah.
product. So if you're like, I don't even know where to start, you could try this and get that outline of
Hmm.
even just what to consider in your content.
Yeah, yeah. And I think this will be helpful for maybe writers who are kind of less experienced with this type of content or just less experienced in general. Yeah, this is great.
And now here's what it did this time is it gave us like placeholders. So it's like, all right, what are the variables that we need to consider? The product name, the description, how to use it. So you can actually put that content in here and then
Hmm.
generate your review. The other thing you can do is save this as a new custom template. So if you get a template that's working for you and you have these similar variables that you need to swap out each time, then
Hmm.
if you find that it's following the structure well and it's giving you some good results, you can just literally open this up every time. Let me just show you. So you can create your own, let's do Amazon product review. You create your own template.
Hmm.
And I might consider, let's do that to make it more generic. And let's just save that. And you could even make a tone that's like
Oh, I
tech.
like that.
Let's do Amazon product review tone. And we'll save a new template. So now with this one product review, you can go in and swap out those details. And you can actually just click on this and be like, product
Hmm.
name, hair dryer 3000. And then you can click
Yeah.
tab and go to the next section, like an awesome uh,
Oh, that's so cool.
thing. I don't know. But you can even get
Yeah.
lazy and just like ignore this stuff. So let's say it
Right.
is a hair dryer and like I don't want to like even mess with that. Let's just create it and see. But the outline too, like, okay, make sure I'm hitting all these key points. The
Hmm.
variables, I can be super lazy with these. You don't have to be overly detailed. And in fact, sometimes less
Hmm.
detail. I didn't even type that in
Right.
there.
Maybe, yeah, so you
It'll
can pick up
still
more
figure it out.
stuff, I guess.
It's like you can be super lazy with these things. It's an awesome thing. Okay, it took like two there.
Yeah.
Let's see. I love it. So it's more like it's thinking it's like a review. So you might have to be more clear, like a blog article
Hmm.
reviewing. So this is looking like, oh, maybe it's just I want to share my 5-star review on the sales page versus
Hmm.
I want to write an article. And that's the nuance of being more clear. So maybe I would say a blog article reviewing an Amazon product. And then you can be more
Hmm.
clear. So like talk to the AI, like I want to
Oh, that's so cool.
explain why this is the best product and why they should buy it, and even be clear, like I want to persuade them to buy this product. So blog
Can you
article
make,
review
yeah.
of an Amazon
Can you
product.
maybe give it like oh, I want this to be a listicle or something? And
Yeah, you could, that's something, yeah, we could go down that path, but let's just do like a general one
yeah, yeah, let's do
to
it. Sorry.
persuade
I'm too excited.
the reader to buy the product. So this is how specific you can be. And again,
Hmm.
you might have to experiment a little bit to push the limits and see what it can actually understand and comprehend. But from what I've found, the more clear you are, and like actually the more information you give it, the AI can process all of that and start
Hmm.
to fit the bill. The only thing I didn't like about it. So it's kind of an honest review overall, though. Definitely recommend buy this product. If you're looking for something lightweight and powerful, this is good for you too. So that sounds very like
Yeah, that
authentic and
sounds like
real.
a review. Yeah.
Um, it's describing situations. So sometimes I'll scan through these and like pull out like, oh, maybe I should highlight that, or like I could expand on this concept.
Hmm.
And just
Hmm.
one click, you're almost like making up your own market research, but it is based on predictive data from what it knows about hair dryers. And then if you weren't even nuanced, you could be clear like target audience as well,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and say, describe the kind of customer you're talking to. Maybe it's like woman over 50 who wants to feel young. I don't know. Like you can like dig into like more nuanced, and that's what I mean by crazy
Right. So you
layers.
can basically, yeah.
And then we'll see. It'll probably be a very different style of writing, and that's the magic to me, is being way more detailed versus like broad information.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so
And
cool.
some of these, this one was still kind of overview, but sometimes you'll notice like some will dig into some interesting pain points. And
Yeah, I
okay,
saw I'm a woman over
no
50.
stranger to this pain of styling my hair in the morning. It's such a struggle. Okay, so picked up
Aw.
on that one there.
Oh,
Talking
that's so
about like
sweet.
scenarios. So that's one way to do it, right? That high level. If you wanted like listicle titles, anyway, I want to show you one more thing. So after you do that, you could actually go up over here and open up your custom templates that you saved. And there it is,
Mm-hmm.
Amazon product review.
Oh, you can use that.
So I could grab that, update the current project, and now it's starting from scratch again with a new product.
Mm-hmm.
So you can create
That's
your own
actually pretty
templates.
cool. Yeah. So, thank you. I actually love this. I have another question from the audience. Sorry, I can't see your name. StreamYard won't let me display it, but this is an interesting one. Do you have data on how much faster your users create content with AI assistance versus without? This is a very interesting one.
Yeah, I'm not aware yet of any like real data on that. We have a lot of
Yeah.
great reviews from people who say it saves them a lot of time.
Yeah.
But as far as like scientific studies on that,
Hmm.
I don't know. I think it's more you just try it
Yeah.
out and see for yourself. Everyone's kind
Yeah.
of different in what they're writing, how they're writing. It depends on your level of professionalism too. If you have crazy systems in place, here's where it's going to be a huge time saver in the future and what the team is really focused on. Right now, it's good at like going from zero to like, whoa, I have something written. For a lot of people, that's exciting. It's like
Yeah.
that would have taken me forever to even think of what to write or like come up with a first draft. So that's like a massive leap for most people. If you're a
Hmm.
pro and you're like, I've got my systems down, and the way you teach people, it's like get your systems and
Yeah.
ducks in a row and like dial it in and then crank it out. It's going to be a little bit more minimal, but that's kind of
Hmm.
that's the sweet spot that CopyAI is focusing on right now, is giving you more like the example I showed you there is templates and repeatable tasks. There's some
Hmm.
crazy stuff coming soon that's going to, and this is just the first version I showed you here of like creating that structure and then writing content. Where the team is going is making that more precise. So when you give it a
I love
structure of
that.
what you want it to write, this section, then this, then this, then this, and here's the variables of like the type of product, the description, who it's for, then it'll follow more meticulously that workflow and give
Hmm.
you a more predictable output with the structure and styling that you want. So that's going to be coming out in the next few months, most likely, or early next year. So if
Oh,
you are
I'm
like more
excited.
refined and you want like
Yeah.
predictable, just turnkey like content creation based on your unique formula, that's where it's
Hmm.
going to be very soon.
Yeah, that would be so cool. And speaking of, I don't know if I mentioned on this live, but you guys did an incredible thing with your own blog. Like, CopyAI is one of our favorite, Workello users because you guys did a crazy thing. So, did you use? I mean, I'm guessing you use your own products to help you uh, at least generate some ideas or something because the graph is very fat. It goes like this. You guys probably saw it somewhere when Chris did a neve. It was yeah, great.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing, is the team is it's funny, like there's some crazy experiments the team is doing, like they're creating their own personas. We talk about tones, but in the future you're going to be able to like
Mhm.
craft out your own tone of you, like as the writer or your brand, and then have more consistency in your brand voice and the content it's generating. And it'll even start to suggest what kind of topics might be best to add to your site or what would be interesting to your audience. So yeah, the team is
Mhm.
pushing the limits on that, using CopyAI for all of this,
Yeah.
and including email marketing, social media. They've got systems that are like posting on LinkedIn every day with like
Oh,
some of the team
so it's
members
not
are
really
doing,
Chris posting?
yeah, like it's there's some experiments going on where
Nice.
you can dial in this info and then have it like write in your tone of voice from your own experience. And anyway, it's gonna get
Hmm.
crazy. So yeah, the team is using CopyAI to write these blog articles, but with your guys' help, and I don't even know because it's not what I do every day, but I know Chris is
Yeah,
just
yeah.
raved about what you guys have brought to
Oh,
the table, and he was so excited. I think it was just earlier this year, right? It hasn't even been a full year, and
yeah, yeah.
Chris
It's
got just
very recent.
obsessed with learning from you guys and working with you and
Oh.
getting the team in place. So yeah, they've been crushing it.
Oh, yeah, they did an incredible job. And please give my love to Chris. We love him. He's, one of
Last
the
holiday
best
break,
AMA
like
guests.
over like Christmas, New Year's last year, like Chris was like in a cave for like 2 weeks, like going through your guys' stuff and like learning about it and setting up the
Oh,
systems
I
and
love
revamping the
that.
blog. And then that was the first quarter of this year. That was just like the main focus was just getting blogs up there. Like you said, like getting as much content up there as fast as you can. And it started
Yeah,
to
yeah.
really take off.
Yeah, that really is the key, like there's this entire debate on social media. Everyone has their own standpoint. Like, you can't be an authority with 30 pages. No, you can't be an authority with only one page. I mean, I know where I stand. Obviously, like, I know where you guys stand because you did it, so it's
It's
great.
working. I mean, it's driving
Uh,
tons of customers.
yeah, 3 million. That's insane.
It's like you can argue all you
Uh,
want, but there's like almost 3
yeah.
million users now with very minimal ad spend.
Exactly, exactly. Oh, yeah. Oh, I actually wanted to ask you something, and to get in to a final comment. Um, Obviously, I kind of hinted at this before the live, but you guys have a pretty cool affiliate program. Do you use your product? Do you use CopyAI to generate those emails and maybe some of the social media posts? Because I know that I did that when I just recently started an affiliate program for Workello, and I had this section where I had to write a bunch of social media posts that are like kind of tweet blanks. I was like, let me just go use CopyAI and see what that's gonna do, and it was great. I loved it. So just curious to see like your experience and how you did that.
Yeah, it's we at this moment we kind of rely on our affiliates to we were looking for just more like genuine, honest stuff out there.
Hmm.
And yeah, we do teach we even like teach our own affiliates like, hey, use the product. And if you're
Yeah.
not sure what to say to
Yeah.
promote Copy AI, you've got a tool here that can do it for you. So it's our focus is definitely giving them some basics, and then but also we like affiliates who are using the product and are passionate about it, love the tech, and want to explore like best ways to use it. So we like to get
Hmm.
more like I think it's just the kind of overlapping layers here with the affiliate program. And also too, the
Hmm.
product has changed so much. Like it's changing
Yeah.
so fast. It's almost hard to create like a standard set of posts
Hmm.
for the affiliates and the marketing in general. Cause it's like next month is going to be
Right.
like a whole different angle and message and like the new tool that's so magical. So yeah, it's evolving pretty quickly. And to speed things up, yeah, using CopyAI itself to help really
Hmm.
any a product you want to market as an affiliate. The key to me is like building your own brand. Like I really tell our affiliates, get
Yeah.
your own blog, get your own YouTube, get your own brand going. Cause if you're just driving traffic, that's great, but you can make so much more money long term if you're building a brand, your own audience, your own
For sure.
reputation online, and be passionate about a certain topic. And then that's what I do too. And that's how I found Copy AI is I became like their top affiliate really quickly.
Oh, is that
Really,
so?
yeah. So my story was
Oh, it's interesting.
I had a small agency myself and I was doing like
Hmm.
social media content for clients. And when I saw it was right when all the AI tools started coming out, I was like, I got to figure this out because I suck at writing. Like I did not know how to write. I'm more visual. Like I was helping them with their branding and like visual content, and they
Right.
couldn't write. So I would give them these great videos and graphics, and the clients couldn't post it. They're like, what do I say? And I'm like, I don't know what to say. Just put it out there. So it was this
Say
huge
something.
roadblock. And then I tried out, I experimented with all all the AI writing tools.
Hmm.
I just loved Copy AI, their brand, the way it worked, the speed. It was more fun for me to use than any the other tools.
Right.
And the results to me were also superior. So I started using it
Hmm.
for my clients. And I remember just the excitement of like, I would take a client's, like I would go to like their YouTube or their website and grab like one paragraph that describes what they do. I would drop it in and be like, write, marketing content or like educational tips around this topic. And it would just churn out this amazing, well-written stuff. And I sent it over to the client, like, is this, resonating? I know nothing about their business or what they do. I'm like, makes
Yeah.
sense. Would you post this? And they're like, yeah, this is incredible. Like, I'm like, oh my
Ah,
gosh,
I
like
love
dollar
it.
signs. I'm like, I just solved this problem that everyone has. Every business owner, every business, they, blogging, social media content, anything, like they really struggle with that.
Yeah, and it's kind of a core competence. You have to publish content nowadays. I sound like an old lady, but really you can't win if you don't publish some kind of content, whether it's written content or, like you said, video. You just have to produce something and kind of be creative there. I guess my final question is a controversial one, but I think I know the answer. Um, there's a question here. What do you recommend, AI content or writer's content? And I'll let you do this one first, and then I'll also share some opinions here.
I think the big takeaway here is like brainstorming. It's going to be your content at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So getting ideas out of your head, like a lot of things, or you have a good idea of where you want the content to end up, but getting there is a whole
Hmm.
journey. So that first draft, brainstorming, pulling, you become more of the editor yourself, even if you are writing the content, because now you're working with the AI to get, oh yeah, that's a better way of saying it, or that really captured the essence of what I wanted to write. So I go through and like dig for gold, pull it out, and then put it together in a way that makes more sense. But also getting that first draft written up with a lot of the tedious stuff, like, what is this and how does it work and why does it matter? Get that stuff written up so you can spend more time on the real juicy content that really makes
Hmm.
yourself stand out and become more valuable, which is your own opinion of things or your own reviews. And like the real time you have to spend to create quality content is not, stressing over like, oh, like how do I, say this, or what we all do anyways, like go and read someone else's thing and then try to like regurgitate it anyways. So like,
Yeah.
let the AI do that part for you because you're kind of doing it anyways. What you want to spend more time on is the real high, like the advanced kind of content, the creative stuff that stands
Yeah.
out and makes you become the leader.
Yeah, what they call thought leadership. That's you're like reading my mind. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Um, Guys, don't be afraid. Writers are not going anywhere. And yeah, you still need, even let's say in like a couple years when just AI becomes so strong that you don't even need to edit that anymore. I still think that it's good to have, like you said, Andrew, a strong opinion. You need to kind of separate yourself from the crowd in some way, and you are the only one who can do that. So
Yeah, every
don't be
brand has
scared.
to.
Yeah,
Now's
yeah,
the golden opportunity because there's going to be, this is an interesting time because we're transitioning to where pretty soon there's going to be just unlimited AI content being pumped out there, right? It's already
yeah,
happening. It's going to get to a point where like even the future will be like you Google search and it will be like all AI generated content immediately for you. Like each unique searcher will have like their own unique
oh
thing that
yeah, that's
the
interesting.
AI figures out like based on your they know about you, the searcher, right? So they can actually
Yeah,
answer things
like
in a unique way. But
before you even ask. Yeah.
it can like it's gonna, like they say, the future of like Spotify won't be recommending uh cool songs that you would like based on your history and your other likes. It'll actually
Mhm.
generate music for you from scratch.
Oh yeah. Oh my
And
God.
that's the same for like everything that we search for. So it's gonna get really weird. And the point, again, I mean, whether it's good or bad, I don't know, but that's kind of where it's going, and it's going to happen faster than we all think. So,
Yeah.
where is the opportunity, and what's going to really matter is genuine branding, relationships, trust building. You need to establish yourself and your brand as a trusted authority. Like you've got to
Hmm.
be a go-to place and like build community and create value and find different ways to help solve the problem versus just generic kind of content. How can you really build that relationship with your audience so that when they have questions about this topic, they come to you, they know you, they
Yeah.
trust you, they like you. And yes, there's going to be an infinite amount of content available, but they're looking for someone that they can actually trust, that they know, and they believe
Hmm.
will has the best intentions for them.
I love that. That's actually such a good way to end this, on a positive note. Very quickly, can you tell us where we can find you and follow you? You're on Facebook. I know that I could not find your LinkedIn. Maybe you're not on LinkedIn.
Not very active there. I should.
Okay.
I've always been an entrepreneur and like business owner, so never was a thing. But yeah, Facebook. I love Facebook. The best place really is I'm pretty active in the Copy AI Facebook group,
Hmm.
and we do 2 live demos a week. So we've done like 136 hours of live demos. And what
Wow.
we do is try to take questions from the community and try to figure this stuff out. Like a lot of people in there are writing different types of
Hmm.
content. So we get in there and twice a week we're doing some stuff. Also YouTube, just follow CopyAI on YouTube. I'll be there.
Hmm.
I'm hanging out a couple times a week, and you can check out the recordings as well. But anything you want help with, we're here to support you. The CopyAI team's amazing, and they really care about your success and making this technology useful and empowering for you. So you're in good hands with CopyAI. Like I know the team. Have got to meet the whole team. They're just incredible people. They really are passionate about bringing making this a positive thing for all of us. So you can
Yeah.
create the lifestyle that you
Not
want,
a scary thing. Yeah.
work less, have more fun with your life, and be more productive.
Yeah, goals. And I don't know if anyone has seen, but you guys hosted Bland live recently. So if you head over to CopyAI, you can catch that as well. Look at Bland's face for a change instead of mine. But yeah, thank you so much, Andrew, for doing this. I'm incredibly honored, and I actually love talking about AI, no matter if it's visual or text-based. Before I wrap up, I just want to give you something to think about. With this visual like image creators, I just wonder how long before people start using them as featured images. And if I steal your featured image, did I really steal it from you or did I steal it from the AI? That's a whole other thought that we can think about. But anyway, everyone, thank you so much for being here. We're going to do these way more often. Andrew, I hope to see you again sometime in the future. We
Yeah.
would love to have you. And you can find the recording on YouTube. It's going to be posted pretty soon, I hope, as soon as it's done processing. But yeah, otherwise, thank you. If you have any questions, um, leave them as comments and we'll see what we can do. So thank you. Thanks all and bye.